She gasped. What? You're recording our arguments now? When she saw my phone during another screaming match, I said, just this one. She went pale when she realized why I was live on Instagram. Her parents, boss, and 2,000 viewers heard everything. The comment section destroyed her. I, 28 male, guess I'm writing this because I need to process what just happened. 3 hours ago, my girlfriend Natalie, 26, had what would turn out to be her final meltdown at me. And this time, 2,000 people watched it happen. We've been together for 3 years, living together for 1. The first year was amazing. She was sweet, funny, caring. But something shifted after we moved in together. The mask started slipping, and I met the real Natalie. It started small. She'd criticize how I loaded the dishwasher. Then it was my clothes, my friends, my job. Everything I did was wrong. But the worst part? The screaming. God, the screaming. She'd go from zero to banshee over the smallest things. Left a cup on the counter? Screaming match. Came home 10 minutes late from work? Nuclear meltdown. I tried everything. Couples therapy. She quit after 2 sessions saying the therapist was biased against women. Individual therapy for myself, she called me weak. Even tried recording our arguments on my phone to show her later how she acted, but she'd just delete them and gaslight me about what really happened. The thing is, Natalie had everyone else fooled. Her Instagram was full of couple photos with captions about her amazing boyfriend and our perfect relationship. Her parents thought I was the luckiest guy alive. Her boss at the marketing firm loved her. She was their star employee. Meanwhile, I was walking on eggshells in my own home. Today was supposed to be chill. Saturday afternoon, I was on the couch scrolling through Instagram when I noticed something. Her company was tagged in a post about their upcoming charity gala. Her boss had commented. Her parents had liked it. That's when the terrible, wonderful idea hit me. 20 minutes later, Natalie came home from brunch with her friends. I knew what was coming. She always came back from seeing them in a mood, probably from comparing our life to whatever fantasy they were selling. Why the hell is there a dish in the sink? She slammed her purse down. Here we go. I literally just finished eating 5 minutes ago, Nat. I was about to. Don't Nat me. How many times do I have to tell you? I can't stand coming home to your mess. You're like a child. I stood up slowly, phone in hand. You're right. This is a problem we need to address. She didn't notice me unlocking my phone, opening Instagram. Finally, maybe you'll actually listen for once instead of being such a pathetic. Actually, why don't we talk about this properly? I held my phone casually, like I was just fidgeting with it. Hit the live button. Tell me what's really bothering you. The little red live indicator appeared. Viewers started trickling in. 10, 20, 50. What's bothering me? You're what's bothering me. You're useless. I have to do everything around here. You can't even wash one dish without me having to nag you like your mother. 100 viewers. 200. The comments started. Whoa, is this real? Girl needs to chill. Bro, run. I washed all the dishes from breakfast, made you coffee before you left, and cleaned the bathroom. That's 1 fork from my lunch just now. Don't talk back to me. She stepped closer, finger jabbing at my chest. You think you're so smart? You're nothing. You're lucky I even stay with you. No other woman would put up with your crap. 500 viewers. I angled the phone slightly, making sure her face was clearly visible. What exactly is my crap, Natalie? Everything. Your stupid job that pays nothing, your loser friends, the way you dress like a teenager. I'm embarrassed to be seen with you. 1,000 viewers. The comments were flying. This is abuse. OMG, I know her. She works at my company. Someone save this man. Is that Natalie from Morrison Marketing? That's when she noticed. Maybe it was how I was holding the phone, or maybe she caught sight of her reflection in the black TV screen. Her eyes went to my phone, and I saw the exact moment her brain registered what was happening. What? You're recording our arguments now? Her voice shot up another octave. Just this one, I said calmly. Her face went from red to white in seconds. She lunged for my phone. Give me that. I stepped back. Why? You were just telling me how pathetic I am. Don't you stand by your words? Turn it off. Turn it off now. 1,500 viewers. Her parents just joined the live. El Mayo, her boss is watching. Hi, Mrs. Davidson. Your daughter is psycho. Is that, am I leave? Her voice cracked. Yep. Has been for the past 5 minutes. Your parents are watching. Your boss Michelle is here too. Oh, and about 1,100 of your closest Instagram followers. She stood frozen, mouth opening and closing like a fish. Then she did what Natalie always did when cornered. She tried to flip the script. Baby, we were just having a little disagreement. You know how stressed I've been with work and… A little disagreement? You just called me pathetic, useless, and an embarrassment. 2,000 viewers. The comment section was brutal. We all heard it, Natalie. Little disagreement, girl, bye. Her company should fire her. Imagine how she treats her coworkers. Team boyfriend. Someone call the police. Please, she whispered, tears starting. Please turn it off. We can talk about this privately. Like all our other private talks where you scream at me and then pretend it never happened? No thanks. I think having witnesses is helpful. I'm begging you. Funny how you're begging now. 5 minutes ago I was worthless, remember? Her phone started ringing. She looked at the screen and went even paler. It's my mom. Better answer it. She was shaking as she picked up. I could hear her mother's voice from across the room. Not the words, but the tone. Angry. Disappointed. Shocked. Mom, it's not. He set me up. He's been recording. No, that's not. Mom, please. I ended the live stream. 2,147 viewers. The last comment I saw was, justice served cold. Natalie was sobbing now, still on the phone with her mother. Her phone buzzed with another call. Michelle, her boss. She declined it. You ruined my life, she whispered after hanging up. No, Natalie, you ruined your own life. I just made sure people saw who you really are. I'm going to my sister's. She grabbed her purse. Good idea. I'll have your stuff packed by tomorrow. You can't just kick me out. I live here. Check the lease. It's in my name only. You've got 30 days legally, but I think we both know you don't want to stay here. She stood there, mascara running, phone buzzing nonstop. For the first time in months, she had nothing to say. After she left, I sat back down and checked Instagram. My DMs were flooded. Her company's page had already removed her from their team section. The recording had been screen captured and was making rounds on Twitter. Did I plan this? Yeah. Was it cruel? Maybe. But after a year of being her emotional punching bag, of being told I was worthless while she played perfect girlfriend online, I'm not sorry. Sometimes the only way to stop a bully is to expose them. My phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but something told me to. Hello? Hi, is this, from the Instagram? La woman's voice, nervous. Yes? I'm Natalie's coworker, Emma. I just wanted to say, we've all seen how she treats people. You're not the first person she's done this to. My boyfriend dated her in college, and she was the same way. We've been walking on eggshells around her at work, so thank you, and I'm sorry you went through that. I thanked Emma and hung up. My apartment was quiet for the first time in months. No yelling, no criticism, no walking on eggshells. For the first time in a year, I could breathe. Update 1. Holy crap, I didn't expect this to blow up. RIP my inbox. Let me update you all on what's happened since Saturday. First, Natalie. She stayed at her sister's for exactly 1 night before her sister kicked her out too. Apparently, Natalie tried to spin the story that I was abusive and had set her up, but her sister, let's call her Danielle, had already seen the live video. Danielle told me later that Natalie threw a glass at the wall when confronted about her behavior. Real stable behavior there. Natalie's been staying at a hotel since Sunday. How do I know? Because she's been texting me non-stop from different numbers after I blocked her main one. First it was anger. You destroyed everything I worked for, you piece of shit. I hope you're happy knowing you ruined my career. My parents won't even talk to me because of you. Then bargaining. Please just tell people it was a misunderstanding. We can work this out, baby. I'll go to therapy, I promise. Just need you to post that. We're working through things. Then more anger. No one else will ever love you. You'll regret this when you're alone forever. I made you who you are. I've saved all of them. My lawyer friend says to document everything. Speaking of lawyers, she tried to get one. Keyword, tried. Turns out, publicly humiliating someone by showing their true behavior isn't illegal. Who knew? She wanted to sue me for defamation, but as her lawyer apparently explained, it's not defamation if it's true, and I have video evidence. The work situation imploded spectacularly. Morrison Marketing didn't fire her. She resigned to pursue other opportunities on Monday. But Emma, the coworker who called me, gave me the real tea. Apparently, after the live went viral in their industry circles, 3 former interns came forward with complaints about Natalie's behavior. Screaming at them, taking credit for their work, making one cry in the bathroom. HR had been building a file but didn't have enough to act on until my video gave everyone courage to speak up. Her parents? Yikes. Her mom called me Monday afternoon. I was expecting anger but instead got, "I'm so sorry, honey. We had no idea." She was always difficult at home too, but we thought she'd grown out of it. Her father and I, we enabled her, didn't we? We always made excuses. She's just passionate. She's a perfectionist. We failed her, and we failed you. I told her it wasn't their fault, but honestly, maybe it kind of was. They created this monster by never holding her accountable. The social media fallout has been intense. The original live got screen recorded and shared across platforms. TikTok creators have made reaction videos. There's even a Twitter thread analyzing her body language during the meltdown. Her Instagram went from 8K followers to 2K in 3 days. She tried to do damage control with a post about growth and reflection, but the comments were so brutal she deleted her account entirely. But here's where it gets really good. Remember how I mentioned she'd go to brunch with friends? Well, those friends have been spilling tea all over social media. Turns out, I wasn't her first victim, or even her second. Her college roommate posted a thread about how Natalie used to scream at her for breathing too loud. Her ex-best friend from high school shared screenshots of texts where Natalie called her fat and pathetic for getting engaged before her. The universe really said, "Let's give this woman all her karma at once." Tuesday night, she showed up at my apartment, full meltdown mode, banging on the door, screaming that I ruined her life, demanding I let her in to get her things. I called the police. When they arrived, she tried to tell them I was holding her belongings hostage. I showed them our text exchange where I'd offered 3 different times for her to come get her stuff with a police escort, and she'd refused because she shouldn't need supervision in her own home. The officers told her to arrange a time through the proper channels and warned her about trespassing. She called me crying from her car an hour later, begging for another chance. I didn't answer. Today, Wednesday, I finally boxed up all her stuff. Her designer purses, her fancy skincare, her vision board. Yes, she had one, covered in pictures of wedding rings and houses she wanted me to buy her, apparently. Her sister Danielle came to pick it all up. She was apologetic and embarrassed. Told me Natalie's been calling everyone in the family trying to get money because her credit cards are maxed out from hotel stays and her savings are minimal. Turns out, when you expect your boyfriend to pay for everything while you save your money for designer goods, losing that boyfriend puts you in a tight spot. The most satisfying update? A startup founder reached out to me through LinkedIn. He saw the video and my calm handling of the situation. Long story short, I have a job interview next week for a position that pays 40% more than my current stupid job that pays nothing. Turns out standing up to a bully publicly gets you noticed by people who value backbone. Oh, and those loser friends she mentioned? They've been incredible. My buddy Jake made me a cake that said, "Congrats on losing 120 pounds of dead weight." Another friend, Marcus, offered me his beach house for a week to decompress. Real losers, right? I keep getting messages asking if I regret going live. Honestly, my only regret is not doing it sooner. Maybe if I'd exposed her behavior months ago, I could have saved myself so much therapy. But you live and learn. For anyone asking about red flags I missed, there were tons. The way she'd snap at service workers, how she'd gossip viciously about her friends, the fact that she had no long-term friendships, how she'd always play victim in every story about her past, the love bombing in the beginning that slowly turned to devaluation. I ignored them all because I wanted to believe the good times were the real her. Spoiler alert, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Anyway, I'm doing good. Sleeping better than I have in months. My apartment stays clean because I want it clean, not because I'm terrified of being screamed at. I can see my friends without being interrogated after. I can exist without criticism. Freedom tastes pretty damn sweet. Update 2. Okay, last update because this situation has reached its natural conclusion and I need to move on with my life. But y'all deserve to know how this train wreck finally came to a complete stop. So remember how I mentioned Natalie was struggling financially? Well, desperation makes people do stupid things. And Natalie, she went full stupid. Last Monday, she created a GoFundMe. I kid you not. The title was Help Me Rebuild After Domestic Abuse. She wrote this whole sob story about how her ex, me, had orchestrated a campaign of psychological warfare and deliberately destroyed her reputation through deceptive recording. She claimed she was now homeless, jobless, and suffering from PTSD because of my calculated abuse. She asked for $30,000 for therapy, legal fees, and basic survival. One problem, the internet doesn't forget. Within hours, people were posting the live video in the comments. The GoFundMe got mass reported and taken down within 18 hours, but not before screenshots went viral on Twitter with commentary like, "The audacity of this woman" and "gaslighting, expert level failed." But wait, it gets worse for her. She then tried to reinvent herself as a life coach specializing in toxic relationships. I'm not kidding. She made a new Instagram calling herself a survivor advocate and offering consultations for $200 an hour to help others escape narcissistic partners. The About section read, "Turned my trauma into triumph. Let me help you recognize the signs I missed." The internet's response was swift and brutal. Her first post got ratioed so hard she disabled comments. Someone made a TikTok comparing her coaching advice to her actual behavior in the video. It got 2 million views. She deleted the account after 48 hours. Then came the email to my workplace. My boss called me into his office last Thursday, looking concerned. Natalie had sent an email to HR claiming I was dangerous and had a history of recording women without consent. She attached a bunch of screenshots, conveniently edited to remove her parts of our text conversations, trying to make me look like a stalker. Fortunately, I'd already given HR a heads up after the video went viral. My company is pretty active on social media, and I wanted to be transparent. I showed them the full conversations, the police report from when she showed up at my apartment, and the cease and desist letter my lawyer had sent her the week before. HR's response? They flagged her email as harassment and informed building security. My boss actually laughed and said, "After seeing that video, I'm amazed you lasted as long as you did." Oh, and that job interview I mentioned? I got it. Starting next month, I'll be making more money than Natalie ever did at Morrison Marketing. The founder told me that my ability to stay calm under extreme pressure was exactly what they needed for their head of customer relations role. Turns out going viral for keeping your cool has career benefits. The last contact I had with Natalie was through her father. He called me Saturday to apologize again and let me know they're getting her into therapy. Real therapy, not whatever coaching she was trying to sell. He mentioned she's moved back home and is being required to get treatment if she wants their financial support. He also wanted me to know they're monitoring her internet access to prevent any more harassment. She needs to hit rock bottom, he said. We protected her from consequences for too long. This is our fault too. I appreciated his honesty, told him I hoped she got help, but to please ensure she didn't contact me again. The aftermath has been weirdly positive for me. That coworker Emma? We've actually become friends, trauma bonding over surviving Hurricane Natalie. She introduced me to her friend group, and I'm slowly rebuilding my social life that had been destroyed by Natalie's jealousy. My ex-girlfriend from college reached out after seeing the video. Not to rekindle anything, but to say she was proud of me for standing up for myself. She told me she'd watched me slowly disappear into Natalie's shadow and had been worried, but didn't know how to help. I've started seeing a therapist to process everything. Turns out I've got some codependency issues to work through. Shocking, right? But for the first time in years, I'm actually optimistic about the future. To everyone who's asked, no, I don't regret going live. That moment of public accountability was the only thing that could have broken her hold. Not just on me, but on everyone she was manipulating. Sometimes the truth needs witnesses. For those in similar situations, document everything. Trust your gut. Don't let someone convince you that their abuse is your fault. And sometimes, when all else fails, let the world see who they really are. Bullies thrive in darkness. Shine a light. I'm closing this chapter now. Natalie is her parents' problem. Her reputation is her consequence. Her future is her responsibility. Me, I'm free. And that's all that matters. Thanks for following this wild ride, Reddit. I'm gonna go live my life now, peacefully, quietly, and without anyone screaming at me about dishes.